Good morning and welcome. All on my own again today. Elaine is off, so it's you and me, baby. It's Wednesday, it's the 4th of April, and I'm Andrew Morrissey. Good morning. So, weather today, generally it's going to be fairly dry, actually. We're going to see a decent spell of sunshine across most parts of the county. And the good news is, we will see a few showers, but it'll mostly stay off. Quite blustery today, though, very windy, and top temperatures of 7 to 9 degrees. So, not a bad day ahead, to be fair, just compared to the heavy showers we had in many places yesterday. Now, front page of today's papers, the Times Ireland edition says spin chiefs among 19 people on INM dossier. Watchdog launches data breach investigation is their main headline there. And call for full inquiry into Ulster Bank unit. It's also on the front page of the Times Ireland edition. The Examiner leads with teachers' unions warn of ballot backlash on their front page. 70,000 to be balloted for industrial action over pay equality. That's on in the INEC in Killarney, actually, the INTO's Congress. And Cork loses US flights for winter as well, as also on the front page there. We'll come back to that story in full on the show this morning. And Gilroy not available for selection amid review. This is Craig Gilroy, the Ulster Rugby player. He's under an investigation through Ulster Rugby and the IRFU for alleged messages he sent on WhatsApp to Paddy Jackson and Stuart Olding. The Irish Times says Fianna Fáil unlikely to extend the deal supporting the government. And this is one of the trends as well this morning, which we'll come back to in a few minutes. Gunwoman opens fire at YouTube headquarters in California. That's also on the front page there. GAA star fights for his life. Gardaí investigate link to weekend match. That's also on the front page of the Irish Sun this morning. And attacked on the street is what it says. And Clash of the Titans in the sports section there. They talk about Manchester City and Liverpool, who will play tonight in their first leg of the Champions League. Cracking night last night for Real Madrid. We'll come back to that as well in just a second. Also in the Sun this morning, it's kind of a show busy story. Actually, I'll come back to that in a second. We'll do the trends first. Ronaldo in the Champions League is the top trend in Ireland this morning. What a night last night. They beat Juventus 3-0 away from home in the first leg of their Champions League game. But Ronaldo, he scored in the 3rd minute, he scored in the 64th minute, but it's the one in the 64th minute is what has all the headlines this morning. It was an overhead bicycle kick. It was amazing. So much so that even the Juventus fans were applauding him last night. It was incredible, but they won 3-0 and they're top trends this morning. The INTO Congress we mentioned, which is on in Killarney, is also trending. The Masters, which begins tomorrow, that's trending. And hashtag YouTube headquarters is also one of the top trends in Ireland this morning. It's International Carrot Day, my friends. Now, I kid you not, I checked this out to see is it an actual thing. Here's the description which they've given us. It's a celebration of carrots which falls on the 4th of April every year. People are encouraged, wait for it, to hold carrot parties, dress as carrots, and even eat carrot foods. Now, I'll eat the carrot foods, but dressing as a carrot is a bit much, and holding a carrot party. Anyway, happy International Carrot Day. That's one of the things that's happening on today, the 4th of April. Now, show busy stories this morning. There's a few bits to do with the X Factor in the papers. Now they're saying that Cheryl will not be a judge on this year's thing. She's actually holding off to be involved with Simon Cowell's BBC programme, which is something to do with dancing, I believe. Speaking of dancing, Beyonce is getting ready for her upcoming show at Coachella by doing 11-hour rehearsals. So that's pretty hectic when you consider all that she does at shows with the dancing and the singing and so on. That's a fairly mental day. And the other big story which I wanted to tell you about, which is also in the Irish Sun this morning, it's about Britain's Got Talent. So if you're an Ant and Dec fan and you watch the Saturday Night Takeaway, I watched it on Sunday. I missed it last Saturday night, so I watched the repeat or the recording. And as you probably know at this stage, Ant has his own personal life troubles, so he's no longer involved in the show for this part of the series. And the finale is on Saturday. So Dec took over the presenting duties himself, and he did a fantastic job, actually. The show is very funny anyway, and it's really well put together, and he had help. But the bosses believe that he did such a good job on his own that now Simon Cowell wants him to present Britain's Got Talent on his own. Because there was talks, all the pre-recorded bits are done with all the the auditions and so on with Ant. But there was talks that they'd get somebody else now to do the live semi-finals bit. But they're saying that, you know what, Dec can do it. If he's up for it, then why not? So you'll probably see him doing more presenting work on his own. He'd have to. I mean, Elaine and I spoke with this on the air as well only a couple of weeks back. Dec couldn't necessarily just retire because Ant no longer can work with him. So that's the big news coming out of Britain's Got Talent. But if you are a fan of the Saturday Night Takeaway, this is huge news. So their finale is on Saturday night in Florida, in Orlando. They've got a big kind of finale planned, which they have done for all their series. But this is what I'm... This is both brilliant and cute and lovey-dovey and ridiculously cheesy. And if Elaine Kinsella was here standing alongside me, I know that she would easily say, this is disgusting, or this is stupid, or this is horrible, or whatever. She'd have some sort of smart comment, and she'd probably be right. Because, according to the papers this morning, the finale that's on this coming weekend, Deck plans on singing this song as tribute to Ant. You ready? Can you imagine how cheesy that's going to look on national television this coming weekend? But that's only some of the reports in the papers. Whether or not it actually happens is a different story, my friends. Now, on the show this morning, we've got loads happening. We're going to give away another pair of tickets to go along and see Ben Portsmouth, who's the world's greatest tribute to Elvis. He's playing in the INEC next Monday night. We've got a pair of tickets to be won on that on the show this morning. I'll give you details. It's all to do with lyrics to Elvis songs. So keep an ear out, and I'll give out the details on how you can enter on the show later. Music-wise, in the first hour of the show, we're going to play some Shawn Mendes. His new song is very good. It's called In My Blood. We're going to play that. Niall Horan's on the show as well, and we're going to kick things off with Jason Derulo in just a few minutes' time. And as usual, if you want to give us a shout, text or WhatsApp 083 300 3300, and you can also get onto the Facebook page here and comment as usual. I've got the kettle on outside, so I'm just going to make a cup of coffee. So, as usual, have a good day, enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll talk on the radio.